Driving home one night, I saw these two frames sitting by some garbage cans at the curb, and the only thing wrong with them was that one had artwork that had slid down into the frame. Fortunately for me, I had a poster, a movie poster from a long time ago, but I never had a frame for it until now. It just so happened that these two things match up just about perfectly, and I thought, well, why not put my Silver Streak poster inside this beautiful new frame? Well, it's new to me at least. This is a pretty big frame, and with the glass, it's also decently heavy. So the corners are reinforced with this masonite type cardboard material held in place with a ton of staples. It did its job, but it needs to be removed before I can access the artwork inside and see what kind of matting I need for my Silver Streak poster. This thick brown paper protects the artwork underneath, and I want to keep these staples that are holding the old mat board in place. I'm just going to bend them upwards about 90 degrees and reuse them to hold my new artwork in place. At this point, I'm not sure if I can reuse the existing mat board or if I need to buy new stuff. But after looking at it, this light olive green mat board has to go, and I need to run out to the store, and I think I'm going to use sort of a light brown tan as my new mat board. This mat board came in a 40 by 32 inch sheet, and the cool thing about it is that it has a black core. So when you cut the beveled edges, you will see a nice thick black line between the tan and the Silver Streak poster. Another nice coincidence about this new piece of mat board is that I will be able to get two pieces from it. And since I have two frames, I have enough mat board for both frames. And I'm not quite sure what goes in the other frame, but at least I know I can match it with this mat board and not have to buy another sheet. So that's good. I installed a fresh blade in my mat cutter, and now I'm running it against a straight edge to get that nice 45-degree angled cut on the mat board. I made some marks on the mat board, which I'll erase later, and they just tell me how far to go with the cutter so that my corners look crisp and clean. I'm using a shelf made of particle board for my straight edge. The additional benefit of using this shelf is that it's pretty heavy, so the weight is helping to hold it in place as I run the mat cutter against it. After all four sides have been cut, the center part just lifts away, and you're left with a really nice beveled edge at 45 degrees. I'm pretty happy with it. It turned out really nicely. And now I check to see how it mates up with the artwork beneath, and because I measured several times before making any actual cuts, I have a nice spacing around all four sides of the mat board and the movie poster. I'm going to use just a little bit of packaging tape at each corner while it's lined up, and then once the two pieces are held together in place, I'll flip it over and finish the backside. I'm pretty sure that this packaging tape is not acid-free, so it's not really the best choice for some sort of archival art project. But this isn't an archival art project. It's just a poster that's been dry mounted onto foam core and some mat board that has a black core itself, so I'm not too worried about any sort of staining coming through from the tape down the road. It should be okay. By the time any staining does show through, I will be long gone and not worried about this poster anymore. It'll be good. My poster and the mat board are now firmly attached to each other, and I can slide it back into the frame underneath the one side of staples that I didn't bend outward. This just saves a little bit of work, and after some careful persuasion, I get the poster underneath the three sides of staples that were bent upwards, and I'm going to reuse the cardboard backing from the original poster. I'm going to use that again on the back side here before I push down the staples to hold everything in place. There's still a little more work to do, but I want to take a moment and make sure that there are no little specks inside the glass. And basically, I just want to admire this poster. I've had it for years. I've always wanted to frame it. And I'm just really excited that it finally happened. 1/8 inch plywood was trimmed and then glued in place and stapled to give some reinforcing strength to the corners of this heavy frame. Now the only thing left to do is to add the mounting hardware. Here is a before and after shot of the project. The first piece of artwork is something that you might find at your grandma's house in Florida, and the new movie poster, well, I guess it's something you might find at your grandpa's house. The guy who's into trains and doing little projects in the garage, and who likes old movies from the 70s. I'm very happy with this project. I can't believe it's finally finished, and I was really lucky to find these frames that just so happened to line up with the measurements of this Silver Streak poster.